Hello, my name is Sonny Kelly. I'd like to demonstrate for you today the way that I make chocolate pies. It's a recipe and a procedure that I have developed over many years, and so I hope you enjoy it. Before you are the ingredients: 1 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 3 egg yolks. We have set the whites aside for a little bit later on. 1 cup of chocolate chips, 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 cups of half and half. We begin by adding the sugar to a 6-cup glass bowl, add the cornstarch, and we stir this up till we get it blended together well. Then we add about a 1/2 cup of our half and half. And we stir this up until it gets nice and creamy, and as you might be able to see there, it looks like that. Now we add the egg yolks, and we beat them in there very well. We want them to be very well beaten. Then we add the rest of our half and half, stirring as we do, until it is well blended. Now, we take it and put it in the microwave. I begin with 444. My microwave is 1,000 watts. Yours might be different. So I begin at 444. Okay, take it out of the microwave. You're going to have a little bit of congealing around the edges, but you want to take it and with a beater like this and stir it up very, very well. Then we're going to put it back in the microwave for another 3 minutes. Okay, now you take this out, and if you'll notice, it is kind of looks like brains on the top. But we want to take it and stir it up. You can see how nice and thick it is. So now as we stir that, we want to add our 1 cup of chocolate chip, semi-sweet chocolate chips, 3 tablespoons of our butter, and a pretty heavy dash of vanilla. Then we begin to stir this up. Now I'm going to use a different method because I have to be in a hurry to get this recipe to church tonight. So what I do is, rather than put it in the shell and cool it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours before I go to the next step, the meringue, if you want to call it that, but I don't use that. I use a recipe called White Mountain Frosting with an extra egg white. So anyway, I take it and beat this up really, really good until it's very thoroughly mixed. There's no chocolate chips hanging in there or anything like that. So now in his bowl here, I have ice and water, and I am going to pour this mixture into here so that I can cool it off really quick. I have used this method many, many times. It works well every time. Now just take it and leave it in here and just begin to slowly stir it, going around the edges because the edges is where it's cold. This will take a few moments. So I'm going to pause the video while I get this ready, and I'll show you the direction. As you can see, it is beginning to get really thick, and that's the way you want it. You want it to be a little bit below room temperature if you can get it there. This is so you can do it in a hurry and take it with you quickly. So this is ready to go. So I have a pie shell all ready to go. This is a 9-inch Pillsbury deep dish pie shell. Excuse me for that. So I'll pour it in here. And you can see how thick it is as it's going in there. is exactly the way you want it to be. Then we smooth it out. And you'll notice that this is not half full. It fills it all the way to the top. So now then, we're going to go into what we call the White Mountain frosting. It is a recipe that I just kind of came upon for trying to figure out meringue, because I personally will not eat meringue. I just do not like it and never have. And so I came upon this recipe in the Betty Crocker cookbook called White Mountain frosting. And one day I was just goofing off and had an extra egg white, and I said, I'm going to try it with 3 egg whites and see what happens. That changed my whole life as far as topping off the pie. We're going to begin with that now. So what you begin with, you start out with 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of water. And you take it and you put it on the stove. And you heat it up to 242 degrees. In the meantime, while you're doing that, you're going to fluff up your egg whites. So I'll just kind of dispense with that because everybody knows how to do that. Okay. I already have the egg whites beaten, as you can see, nice and fluffy. Using a candy thermometer, I got this up to 242 degrees. So now I'm going to start gently with my mixer on high, and I'm going to start gently pouring this into this mixture. Now that I have it basically blended, I'll clean off the sides. And this will probably be off camera, but I have a big KitchenAid mixer that I use to fluff it up with. And the frosting, that's what I'm going to call it, is ready to go. You can see that it's a lot different than meringue. So hey, I'll put it on top of the pie. This is a lot like eating candy rather than meringue. So I'll let you decide that if you decide to try this recipe yourself. So we'll take it and we'll go around this way. Let me get this out of the way here for you. Now I have something else prepared. And it's some chocolate shavings. And so I'll take that and put it on here to identify this as a chocolate pie. And there is the finished product. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to add to this by making a coconut pie. So hang on and I'll show you that in a few moments. Virtually is the same as the chocolate pie with 2 exceptions. One is a 1/2 cup of white chocolate chips and 1 cup of sweetened coconut, untoasted. And again, we add the 3 tablespoons of butter. And we mix. Like that, now we'll add the vanilla. And that's good. I will go through the same procedure. I ran out of ice and had to get an ice pack to try to cool this off, but we'll see how it works out. We'll stir it until all the white chocolate chips are dissolved. They seem to take a little bit longer than the chocolate chips. I don't know why, but they just do. The white chocolate in here was just an experiment that I did a long time ago. I said, I wonder what it would be like. And so I added some white chocolate chips and have never gone back to just plain for the coconut pie. It adds a whole new dimension to it. And I hope you get to try it, or will try it. Maybe I should have melted the white chocolate before I put it in there. I hadn't thought about that. That might work. Okay, we're ready to go. Again, the same process. Just stir it until it is cooled off. As you can see, I have already gone through the cooling process as I did with the chocolate. Now I already have made up ahead of time some toasted coconut to go on top of the topping, the White Mountain meringue, whatever you want to call it. But that's what will go on top of it right there. And that is the only difference between the 2 pies, really, is the filling right here. And here are the finished products. Once again, I hope you enjoy it. It's been a joy to make this. I hope it works well. God bless again, and have a great day.